Hello, hello. Grand Rising, everyone. I am back. Just trying to set up to put my laptop on here so I can read the YouTube comments. Okay, open the window. How is everyone today? I need the mouse. This is Ron's laptop. Oh, and Stephanie, if you are in the chat, I followed your advice and I added a flower on each side and I ended up removing 3 quads on each side. I keep thinking this is a touch screen for you guys on YouTube. See it there. Okay, now I should be able to see the YouTube chat. Just gonna wait for some more people to come in, and I'm gonna start. We are going to be making this twist, and I'm gonna add this flower to the top of a pole, a column. We're gonna have that twist. Grand Rising, everyone. Hello, Ritzy Rose. I know I said I didn't think I was going to be back on this morning, but after I got off, I kept looking at the arch and I'm like, no. I thought about adding flowers, and then I started reading the comments, and I saw Stephanie had said to put one on either side. So just so you could see. Dropsies already. So this morning I'm going to make a column, and I'm going to add a flower to the top of the column, and we're going to make a 260 spiral. And I just noticed I'm losing a balloon. I would fix that right away, and I only had 2 of them left. Stuck together. And at some point, I'm going to figure out how to make the TikTok comments bigger, because sometimes I'm not seeing them. Okay, that is fixed. Okay, need a column stand. Now I'm going to use this one. The bottom is like this. This one is from whoopieparty.com. That's WHOOPEE party.com. And if you use my code AMFAB, you save 10%. So now I'm going to take that bar off. So for these quads, I'm going to just make them be 4 different random colors. This is Calisan Wildberry, Retro Wildberry, retro lavender, retro deep blue, and macaron blue. And I'm going to size these to be 8.5 inches. Sometimes they stick together. That's from being in the jars and being in storage for a year. Okay. Okay, now I'm just going to make a quad. So just in case, you're just going to take your 2 pairs, place one here, bring this one over, and you have your quad. I love the weight of this. You don't need to use additional weight unless you're working outside. Then I would put 10 pounds or 20 pounds. So I'm just going to place it on the pole, twist it over, and push it down. Now I'm going to get another quad. I'm going to be using lilac and some of the other colors that I mentioned for the last one. This one I'm going to size it to 7 inches. Make another pair. If there's anybody watching on YouTube, can you make a comment? I just want to see if I could see it okay. Now I'm going to add this to the pole. Again, the same thing, you're going to it to the pole, twist it over, push down. I'm going to make another quad that's 8.5 inches. Stay. So I'm going to take back off that quad. Thank you so much. I can't see the name. Okay. And thank you for pinning that. Okay, so I'm going to add the 8.5 quad. And now I'm going to add the 7-inch. And I want 2 of the same colors beside each other. So let's see. I'm just going to lose my stand. I still have 2 of the same color, but that's okay. I'm going to make one more quad. This one is going to be, we'll do the 7 again. I don't know why I inflated them so much. Just throw it down. lip. Trying to get it below that so I can get the next pull piece on. Okay. And I am using 3 pull pieces for this. Push them down a little bit more. Okay. All right. Now we can do the twisting. I'll be adding the flour to the top. It's going to cooperate. Yeah. And then to cover here, we are going to do in case you weren't here earlier, we're going to make a spiral. After I beat the place up. But for now, I'm just going to take this off. I'm going to be using Sempertex Fashion Blue 260s, and you want to use 4 of them. So move you guys back a little bit. Okay, I am going to put 5 pumps of air in each balloon. And just so you know, I'm going to be making 2 of these. So if somebody comes in late, you will catch it again because I'm going to make it again. I'm going to make 1 for each side. And always release a little air before you tie. Also, I saw in the comments that somebody was asking about learning the curls. So maybe I'm going to show you this after. if anybody is interested, let me know. So I'm going to take one of the sets of 260s and just wrap it around the balloon. And then I'm going to do it on the opposite side. So far we have this. Now I've seen people do it like this, but I'm going to show you a different way. So there is that way, but I like to do it by lightly twisting two of the balloons. Once you get to the top, you want to tie the ends together. So that you have this. Then you're gonna just feed it around the pole. They'll kind of go with the grooves. Then you're gonna take another 260 and wrap that around. Then you're going to take your final 260 and wrap that around. And you want to tie those two ends together. Now I'm going to just snip the edge of the balloon at the top just to get the air out of that ending. Makes it easier to tie. So now I'm going to tie this end with this end. And then on the other side, I'm going to tie those together. And then just stick the flower on the top. I'm just putting it in the middle. And you could use those 260s to wrap it around your flower. tighter. Okay. Just over here in the corner. And I'm gonna make another one. I'm gonna be using Qualitex. Don't have many of those Qualitex. You want to see the flower? I can show you. I think with this one. Just wrapped her in there. Okay. We're just going to pretend these are bigger. So you'll have a pair and you'll have a trio. You're going to take your pair, stick it in your trio, and fold over like that. Then you'll have another set, and the big flowers are 8.5 inches, and the centers are 4.5 inches. So I have this one. I'm going to place this one on top so that each balloon is going to go the way that it is. You don't want it like that. You want it sitting nestled. When you make your smaller pair, you want to tie it more in the center and not so close together. And then you're just going to take that, pull it right through, and then wrap it around one of the blue balloons. Do the same thing on the other side. And that locks it in place. So hopefully that helped. Speak louder. Did somebody say speak louder? Okay, now let me go back and make that other column. And if you guys want to make some curlies, we can make those. So I'm going to do the same thing that I did for the other one. I'm going to make 2 quads, each one with 8.5 inches. You are very welcome, and thank you. And I just realized where I saw Speaks Louder is in your name. I'm sorry about that. So I'm going to make 2 quads with 8.5 inches and 2 quads with 7 inches. latest colors. This is what happens when your balloons are old. But I refuse to not use them. For videos. Not for customers. Okay, I have one quad. Now I need another. There's a hole. So now I need two with 7 inches of air. And there goes my tummy. I didn't make no smoothie this morning. My smoothies are my breakfast. And I was a bad girl and I didn't have any this morning. Oh, I just realized I made them 8.5 inches. But that's not what I wanted. I wanted 7 inches. Thinking about the smoothie. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. Just in case, I'm going to come a little bit closer. If you guys want to see how I untied them. So you just pull it up. And you'll be able to get your fingers right in there. Okay, I need one more quad this size. The curly balloon, I'm gonna do that. I will show you after I finish this column. But I don't make them like most people do. For whatever reason, I just cannot get it. So I figured out another way to do it. You'll need a 160 and a 260 for the way that I do it. Okay, now I need the other column. So I used 3 pull pieces. And there is a link for the stand in my bio. And I think I fixed the link for the bunnies. I think. It should be correct now. So I'm going to take the first quad that has 8.5 inches of air, place it on the pole, twist it over and push it down. And we'll take the next one. The 7-inch. And one final 7-inch. Make sure I get that down far enough that I could put my pole piece on. Undo those. Okay. It's just so I can get my pole piece on. Now we'll be doing 260s. These are Qualitex Spring Lilac. And I have a feeling these are pretty old as well. And we'll need 4 of them. And don't do that. So I am putting 5 pumps. You may be using an electric inflator or another pump, but that's how much air you want left. Now tie them together. And we're gonna repeat and make one more set. And always let some air out before you tie. Okay, now I have my 2 sets. And I'm going to take this one and just pull it under this balloon. I'm going to do the same around this balloon. Now I'm going to twist 2 of the balloons. Stay back. And then you want to tie the ends together. And then I'm going to take it and wrap it around the pole. This pole is kind of thick, but it still works. Now I'm going to hold this while I grab another one and wrap that around. Now we're going to take the final one and wrap that. So now you're going to have those 2 ends, tie them together. And I'm going to cut just the tips of these to release the air. Just makes it easier to tie. Then I'm going to take one end from one side, one end from the other side. Wait now, how do I do it? Okay, I'm gonna come a little bit closer. I'm gonna take this one and tie it with this one. Then you have those other two. I'm actually going to wrap them around the pole. And then tie it. I'm going to tie it all together. It's a little more tricky with the thicker pole. I don't know why they're not coming perfect at the top, but so that is that one. And now I'm going to stick a flower on the top. And I don't even think I need to use those end pieces to wrap around. She's okay like that. You can usually get these really tight, but I think that's when they are on a smaller stand, but that's okay. I will step back so you guys can see everything. Still can't see everything, but hold on. And I just realized there is chat happening on YouTube, but okay. Thank you very much, Rose. And see you more. I think it's much better with the flowers added over here. I took out 3 quads on each side for anybody that was here yesterday. Denise, yes, go to YouTube, click on, you'll see where it says videos, posts, shorts, live. Click on live and it'll be the last video that was there. And I hate the stands showing at the bottom. So I just stuck the quads that I took off up there down below. Pull you guys even further away. Okay, where did the curly go? Oh, there it is. So you guys want to learn the curly? Can somebody on YouTube say something? I just want to see if I can see the chat. I don't know if it's working or not. Okay, I'm seeing it there. Why aren't I seeing it over here? Okay, Ella said hi. I did see that. From TikTok saying hi. Hello, hello. Thank you. Okay. Are you guys okay if I quickly make a smoothie? Not on camera, but thank you very much. Thank you, Louise. Louise came over to see if I could see her. Yeah. Okay, the screen was down. It was up too far. I couldn't see nothing. I'll be back in 1 minute. Somebody from Nigeria, welcome to the live. Trying to make it fast, guys. see the goodness. Strawberries, peaches, banana, blueberries, ice cream, and milk. Breakfast in a cup. I apologize, it's going to be loud for a second. Okay. Sorry about that. Yes, I am in Canada. I am in Belleville, Ontario. So I'm going to use a 260, good old Qualitex Spring Lilac. And I'm going to use a 160. So you're going to put the 160 in the 260. Once you get stuck, you want to hold it, pull it to the end, and then give it one of these. You want to make sure you can feel it going almost to the end. This one's actually going to the end. So I'm tying that like that. So now this one is tied in. Now I'm going to put it on my inflator, but I'm going to keep that 260 a hold. So I'll just hold it with my finger like that and then start pumping. Sometimes they come out funny. Release some air. Tie the two of them together. Now when it comes to this end, you can just push it right in and it kind of disappears. Sometimes you might have to manipulate it a little bit. Sometimes that happens more often than it should. Okay, we're gonna do that again. I'm putting the 160 in. I don't think I released enough air. Make sure. Okay. We're going to try that again. This time, no popping allowed. So you want it to go on your inflator, but you want to hold on to the 160. I'm going to try to make this one more soft. So again, you can simply stick your finger in there. It's funny, this one that I did before I came on camera literally came out just like this. I didn't have to do anything. And then other times it'll come out like this. This one's not as curly. I'm gonna make another one. But you do get a curl. Sometimes they'll come out perfect. Then you can tie them together. And you can add them into garlands, centerpieces. Let me see. Stick it in here. I actually should have made some of these and stuck them in the arch. Okay, I'm gonna make some more. Yep, I think so, Louise. Twist them together. Okay, I'm gonna make a blue one. Now you should use maybe the same color or very close, because some of them you can see through. Like you could see the 160. When me and Ron do balloon twisting gigs together, he makes an awesome monkey. But he puts a crappy tail. So I always tell the kids, come to me and I'll give you a tail. And I add one of these. The kids go nuts because they think it's magic. It's getting a little funny. Of course. This one came really silly. But I'm gonna see if I can't fix it. I don't know if it's fixable. I did it too soft. I don't know about this one. No, this one would be a you're not going to the party. As Dawn says, you're going to the party, that one would not be going. I find it easier with the 160 inside. I, for the life of me, cannot get it wrapping it around my finger. I've been trying for years and I cannot get it. But I still love the curlies. I thought I gotta figure out another way. So I did this many years ago. And it normally works pretty good for me. Especially the chrome ones. Maybe that's what I need to do is try a chrome. I don't know why none of them are coming out perfect for me now. Like I said, that blue one was perfect. And if you can see, you can see that 160 certain ways. Not perfect, but what would be the alternative? I am not sure. If you can get 260s though, you should be able to get 160s. Wherever you're purchasing the 260s, they should have 160s. Just trying to think if there's an alternative. But I don't think so. I think I want to repair I said it the other day when I was making it that one of them felt like it was losing air. So I want to give this a repair because I want to add this. I want to make something for the little girl downstairs. I'm thinking to possibly use this for what I want to make for her. I forgot to charge my hot glue gun, so I will be using it with the cord. just in case if you weren't here the last couple of days, I'm going to show you a flower I made. You guys are so cute. This is a big one. And the replay of the live from a couple of days ago is available on YouTube. This one's staying pretty good, even the balls, they're not shrinking. Okay. 18-inch heart. And I am just going to cut it off. Carefully. Oh, you're coming apart. Trying to pull out that glue, but I'm afraid I'm going to pop the balloon. Got it off. Okay. That should be easy to fix. Should be. And we lost some. You're not sticking there. Do you talk to your balloons sometimes too? Oh wow, YouTube is full of comments now. Fix this part first and then I'll add on the heart. It's getting a little too cool. Okay, I'm just going to add some glue on the sides. I know, you're running out of a glue stick. I went up too high on the one side. Sugar. Somebody on YouTube was asking if I was blowing the 160 or the 260. It was the 260. I'm sorry you guys can't see what I'm doing, but I'm just simply gonna add in the new heart. You gotta play a game of patience when you're working with balloons. You are coming undone on me. It's because I didn't give you enough glue. That should fix it. Yeah, I forgot it. It come undone when I took away the other heart. Did you come undone too? Yeah. I think I saved the flower. I did. So now I'm going to use this, I think, for the little girl downstairs. I was digging around in my room trying to find some foils. And let's see. bought this kit so long ago. I'm pretty sure on Amazon. I'm not going to use the latex balloons, but I want to see about the other balloons it comes with. We've got a ballerina. Some stars. A crown. I believe this is another crown. It says Happy Birthday Princess. Maybe that could be used. And in here it's just letters. Happy birthday. Okay, I want to check out the ballerina. I use the hand pump just to make that valve open. Sometimes it's like a close. This is one of those times where it feels like it's not opening up. Am I going in the wrong spot? Maybe I was? No? Okay, I heard it that time. It's kind of funny looking. I don't know. Give it a couple of extra pumps. I guess you can attach her there. Well, this is her. wouldn't stay up like that. Little more air. Okay, let me see this beside the flower. I don't know if I like that ballerina or not. What time is it? 12:22. I think before I make one for the little girl downstairs, I want to find out how old she is so I can use a number. I think she's 4 or 5. Not sure. But anyways, I'm going to get off now, guys. If I do decide to make the one for the little girl, I will come back on. YouTube, I'm going to say bye for now. Until next time, take care.